And we're back. This is Jenny Bear of Living Well Dallas and Sherry Thompson, my friend from GIG, and also one of our Mother's Day winners for the 3-month Mother's Day experience. And Sherry and I had a previous video, and if you missed that, she's been on a 3-month journey with us, trying all different kinds of services and modalities here at Living Well. And I want her to talk a little bit more about some of the modalities that were more physical health in nature. So she had chiropractic, she had Bowen therapy, she had acupuncture, a facial. What am I missing? Is that all of the physical?
I do have
a detox bath.
A detox, and
yeah. So
healing touch.
And healing touch. So tell us a little bit more about what you learned in terms of healing in the physical realm differently. Maybe you haven't tried all these services before, or what these services did for you.
Well, I kept an open mind because I hadn't tried some of all these services, and so I was like, well, what can it hurt at this point? So having a frozen shoulder, which is not fun to have because you have limited range of motion. Right. So we started with acupuncture and tried to get some release there, and every little bit was just kind of working away at it to keep going and going on that frozen shoulder. The facial was just heavenly, just whoa. An excellent facial like that will just give you a whole new outlook for a while.
What made it so great? Because
I've actually had facials before.
Leah is fabulous. She's been doing it for 26 years, I think. But
oh my god, I think it's all the natural products she used, because I've always gone to salons or whatever. Not that I get a facial all the time, but I've had facials before, and just the aromas that came through, the way my skin felt. I mean, it was just so vibrant, but it wasn't laden with a list of chemicals this long. It was just all these natural chemicals. I mean, like lemongrass, and just and just her. I mean, she's just a wonderful person. So I had a really, really wonderful time. And like I said, it's the best facial I've had. And then moving on to Bowen technique, I never even heard of what that was, but it's like a resetting of your nerves, doing different techniques. And so it was quite fascinating to experience that and to take that home and get that kind of reset. And I know I had the detox foot bath. That was very interesting to see what would come out in the foot bath. Some people kind of discount that as a way to start a detoxing process or continue to detox, but I didn't see anything hokey about it at all. It just seemed like it was true to what a blood test confirmed. I had extra chlorine in my blood, and chlorine is what came out into my foot bath. And so that was just really awesome to have that help with the process of kind of a reset for physical. And then I had chiropractic work, and that just helping to loosen up that shoulder some more. And energy therapy, that was really, really interesting. And she connected me with another person who can do energy with my older daughter. And so, not my son just yet, he's a little young, but she can get in touch with some of the energies herself. So this is going to carry on into things I can do with my family, and which was the whole kind of the goal of the Mama Makeover is Mama's got to take care of herself and then still take care of her family.
Take care of her people, her tribe.
Take care of my tribe.
So I'm going to ask you a few questions based on some of those services. So Dr. Daniel Finley,
yes,
our acupuncturist, you started off with his session. Now a lot of people are kind of afraid of acupuncture because they're like, oh, that involves a needle.
Yeah,
that's gonna hurt. So tell the people
they're
that
really little tiny needles,
right?
And it's all sanitary. I mean, you just do like a rubbing alcohol swab, and then it just kind of pokes it in. It's a little uncomfortable. It might kind of sting a little bit, but not like an insect sting or anything. But then actually, it does what it's supposed to do, and you don't feel it. You don't feel it stinging anymore. It was about 15 to 25 minutes each time. It just kind of depends.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I kept an open mind. And so I think if you freeze up in your mind, like, ooh, this is really odd, you're probably going to have a more negative experience.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just like, yeah, I've never tried it. Let's try it. Here, he used my hand. So here's my hand. Go ahead and put it in. Yeah, it was just a positive experience.
Good. And some people, from what I've heard Daniel and other acupuncturists say, is that everybody's, it feels different when the needle is inserted, because if there is some toxicity issue,
yes,
it may sting more for some people on, when the needle inserts. It just depends on your toxicity. It depends on, how your skin is, all of that. But some people...
That's true. I might have stung more because I do...
because she
I'm
did
trying to
find
detox,
out.
yeah.
She did find out she had some things that she was trying to detox. So those of you that are scared, settle it down. The needles are less than 1 hair width across.
And my medical doctor also approved and said continue on with acupuncture, especially for Fulgen shoulder. And this is an OD doctor, and he approved. So some people want to integrate both.
Right. And with Bowen, in case people aren't familiar with Bowen, Brenda Briscoe is our Bowen therapist here. And what's really cool about Bowen is that you don't have to take your clothes off. It's not the same as massage. You get to keep your clothes on, and she will come in and, for lack of better words, pluck
like
the
harp.
Yeah, pluck you like a harp. Based on what your needs are, and then she leaves the room after a certain series of the plucking, and then she comes back in. So
she's trying to align you.
Yes. Yeah, well, go ahead. You can explain.
She's trying to align you because you have a symmetry in a lot of parts of your body, and so it was a symmetrical thing. Like when I got off the table, put both feet down at the same time, and I can lay down but don't sit to unsettle what she already had done. So there's a little bit of follow up with it.
Yeah,
and that was fascinating to me.
And the results from Bowen are supposed to last, as I understand it, from about 7 to 10 days. And so your activity has to change around that depending on what you're doing for pain relief or for what injury, When I've done it for my back, she's like, don't do anything for 7 days. I'm like, I'm a professional organizer. Come on.
Yeah.
But, so anything else that you want to add about chiropractic or your detox, foot bath?
That started to loosen up. I'm able to get some stretching techniques. That was really beneficial to see those techniques put into place, and they're gentle. Life is very gentle.
Yes. Yeah.
And so
you don't have to do a whole lot of crack and grind story to make things happen in the body.
Yes. And so if you are hesitant or sensitive, gentle chiropractic care might be what you need.
Might be your thing. All right, awesome. Well, in the next session, we're going to talk about the emotional health, the stuff that happens between your 2 ears. So thank you, Sherry.
No problem.